This boy has been stranded at sea for over 200 days, and the lifeboat in front of him is his last hope for survival. When he jumped on board, he found a tiger living on board. In order to survive, he plucks up courage and scares the tiger. Then he pulled down his pants and urinated on the boat, dividing up the territory. The tiger smiled at Pi and then slowly turned around and sprayed the boy with his feces, who fell back into the sea. Pi had to go back to the raft again. He drank as much fresh water as he could, poured the rest into a bucket and put it on the tiger's boat. The purpose of this was to make it easier to tame the tiger. Soon the tiger came out and drank from the bucket. Pi wrote down in his notebook how to train the tiger. He knew that the tiger ate 5 pounds of meat a day, and soon the tiger would get hungry. So he used compressed cookies as bait to catch a big fish and feed it to the tiger. Otherwise, without food, the tiger would jump down and eat him. Looking at the fish in the water, the hungry tiger couldn't help but jump in. But the tiger, who was a great hunter on land, was like a kitten in the sea and couldn't even catch a fish. As he watched, Pi couldn't help but laugh. The next moment, the tiger swam towards him, and Pi's smile immediately changed to my face. He hurriedly pulled the rope and jumped into the lifeboat just as the tiger was approaching. Then, without giving the tiger any chance, he pulled the raft back into the lifeboat and took out an axe and walked towards the tiger, roaring at him. Looking into the tiger's eyes, the boy's heart softened and he took down the planks of the boat and made a ladder. Until the night, the tiger held onto the edge. Pi in the boat pushed the raft off the lifeboat again and threw the ladder into the water. Pi jumped back onto his own raft. The tiger finally climbed back up the ladder and into the lifeboat. In the daytime, Pi resumed his fishing expedition, watching the fish slowly swim into the net set in front of the ladder. Pi seized the opportunity to pull the fish into his arms. Then he brought an axe from the raft and swung it around until the color of the fish slowly turned from green to gray. This was the first time he killed a fish and shed tears of sadness, but he had no choice but to thank God for his life. Pi fed the fish he had just caught to the tiger, and the tiger quickly took the fish back when he smelled his bad night. Pi drifted into a swarm of jellyfish. The jellyfish looked so beautiful in the night, and Pi was so happy to see this amazing sight that he slapped the surface of the water, and just then he seemed to notice something. He saw something approaching from under the water, and the next moment a huge whale jumped out of the water and the waves knocked over the lifeboat. All the cookies and water fell into the water and everything had to start all over again. To solve the food problem, Pi climbed back into the boat and was about to retrieve his axe when the tiger came out of the boat and demonstrated towards Pi. Suddenly something slaps Pi in the face, and it's a fish. Pi picked up the fish and threw it to the tiger, and before the tiger could reach it, the fish flew away. Pi was dumbfounded when he turned his head and saw a swarm of fish flying towards them. At that moment, a tuna came to the boat.